Welcome back yet again, standard 4 and 3, and this is the last one for the standard. Why? Because this is number 15. Now, this looks like a lot, and we have a word problem yet again. I'm going to move this down a little. Oh, let's hope I can get all of this in there. Oh, there's more than A and B. Look, there's A, B, C, D, but let's just focus on the actual problem. And if we do it correctly, we will get the answer. I know this is slightly cut off right here. They record their. Okay, and the rest of it just fits perfectly. Now, when you do word problems, and this looks like so much, let's make it so not much. Let's just start with that, okay? Here we go. Let's read the problem. Number 15, 4NF3. Mrs. Rodriguez's class is measuring the wingspan of hummingbirds in inches. They record their results in this table. Whose class? Miss Rodriguez's class. Okay, well, let's see the table. And here's the table. So, if you don't know what a table is, this is a table. Hummingbirds on the left, wingspan on the right. One of them. The ruby-throated hummingbird is 4 1/4. Remember, this is a mixed number. Whole number, fraction. This is small though. Inches are small, okay? Remember, 1 foot is 12 inches. So this is about, an adult-sized foot, about half of it. We have a rufous, 3 3/4. A bee hummingbird, didn't know that existed, 2 1/4. And a black chin. Oh, wait, they didn't put anything in there. So we are given information for each one. And then look at this. For this table, this is unknown. Notice how I did that trick? To make something overwhelming, not so overwhelming, just go one word at a time. One line at a time. See how I'm doing that? Take out a piece of blank white paper and let's just take this one step at a time. Okay? Let's go. The wingspan of the black-chinned hummingbird. So, okay, they're talking about this one. Is 1/4 longer, I'll circle this one, than that of the ruby-throated hummingbird. Here's the ruby-throated hummingbird. So to find this one, when it says longer, we will simply just add. So black-chinned hummingbird, I'm going to put BC. So BC is 1/4 longer than that of the ruby-throated hummingbird. And the ruby-throated is 4 1/4. So, also for ruby-throated, I'm just going to put RT. Remember, this is BC. I'm just doing that so I do not need to rewrite the entire name all over again. So we have BC plus RT. Notice how we have a fraction and then we have a mixed number. So a whole number and a fraction. So when we add these, notice how the denominator is exactly the same. What a coincidence. Now I can add them. The denominator stays the same, and I just simply take 1 plus 1 is 2. Whole number stays by itself. 4 2/4. This was step 1. So this is a multi-step word problem. I'm going to put that in here now. Now we know how long the black hummingbird is. So I will put 4 and 2/4. Okay, so this is done. So now my table is complete, but here's the question. Let's underline the entire question. What is the difference? Keyword difference. In inches. Well, we know we're dealing in inches, so this is not a big bird. It's a pretty small one. What is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference? Difference means subtract. And right here, difference equals takeaway. Remember, in word problems, keep it simple. You are either adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, right? Even if this looks like a lot, we already added, so this one was done. Now we are going to subtract. What is the difference in inches between the longest and the shortest wingspans? Okay, let's see, which one's the longest? 4 is longer than 3, 3 is longer than 2, so 4 is 4 and 4, but 4 and 1/4, 4 and 2/4. This one is the longest. So I'm going to take 4 2/4 longest. And which one's the shortest? 4 1/4, 3 3/4, 2 1/4. Well, I know 2 is smaller than 3 and 4, so it's 2 and 1/4. Now, when we are finding the difference, we need to subtract our takeaway. So over here, I'm going to write shortest, 2 and 1/4. Now, when you subtract mixed numbers, let's make sure for our fraction, the denominators are the same, which they are. So 4 and 4. So I'm just going to take the fraction, the denominator, or the bottom number, and put it down below. And now I'm going to move this down more so you can see this in action. Okay? There we go. Made it. Now, I will just take the numerator, and I just take 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay? So this next part is done. There it is right there. All that is left is the whole number. 4 take away 2 is 2. There it is. So we had step 1, we needed to find the wingspan length of the black-chinned hummingbird, which we did. The next step, we needed to find the longest and the shortest. I could almost say this was step 2, right? Which one's the longest, which one's the shortest? And then here was step 3. We just took the difference between the longest one, the black-chinned, and the shortest one, the beat. And we found 2 and 1/4. Select the correct answer. D. Okay? Take your time on this. You are adding and then subtracting mixed numbers with fractions. Okay? Now let's make all of this pop out so you can see it. Let's just do the steps first. So here was step 1, which we got right there. Step number 2, where are you? Step number 2, we found the longest and shortest. And then step number 3, do I even have a color left? Let's go with the yellow, we do. Step number 3 is this one right here. We did the difference. And then we found the correct answer, which was that. Okay, that took us about 10 minutes. Once you practice, this will take you 1 minute, maybe. All right? So take your time on these multi-step word problems. Take a while, and there's a lot happening. Have fun. Later.